Join me as I dive into the mystery of what really killed the giants of prehistoric Australia. Can I piece together the clues and uncover the truth? Prehistoric Australia was home to some of the most unique and massive creatures to have ever existed, from giant marsupials to massive reptiles. This land was a true marvel of nature. The disappearance of these creatures is a central mystery that has puzzled scientists for decades. Many theories have been proposed to explain their extinction, including climate change, human activity, and even cosmic events. Some scientists believe that a combination of these factors led to the demise of these giants. The debate surrounding their extinction is highly contentious, with different researchers championing different theories. Climate change is often cited as a major contributor to the extinction of these creatures, as the Australian climate shifted from a more tropical to a more arid environment. This change would have had a devastating impact on the vegetation and wildlife that depended on it. Human activity is also a leading theory, as it is believed that early human populations may have hunted these creatures to extinction. Theories surrounding the extinction of these giants are constantly evolving as new evidence emerges. The complexity of this event is still not fully understood, and it's likely that the truth lies in a combination of these factors. Delving deeper into the factors that contributed to the extinction, it becomes clear that climate change played a significant role. The shift in climate would have altered the distribution of food sources, making it difficult for these creatures to survive. Human activity, such as hunting and land use changes, would have also had a profound impact on the populations of these giants. Ecological shifts, such as the change in vegetation patterns, would have further exacerbated the decline of these creatures. Evidence from fossil records and sediment cores suggests that these factors did indeed contribute to the extinction. For example, the presence of megafauna fossils in certain regions, followed by their sudden disappearance, supports the theory that human activity and climate change were key factors. The discovery of stone tools and other human artifacts in close proximity to these fossil sites further implicates human activity in the extinction. The interplay between these factors is complex, and it's likely that the extinction event was the result of a perfect storm of climate change, human activity, and ecological shifts. The exact timing and nature of this event are still the subject of ongoing research and debate. As scientists continue to uncover new evidence, our understanding of this event will evolve, and we may eventually uncover the truth behind the demise of these prehistoric giants. One theory that stands out in the debate is the idea that human activity, specifically hunting, was the primary driver of the extinction. This theory is supported by the fact that many of the extinct species were large, slow-moving animals that would have been easy prey for early human hunters. The discovery of butchered bone remains and other evidence of human predation further supports this theory. The evidence for this theory is compelling, and it's possible that human activity was the final nail in the coffin for these already vulnerable creatures. The sudden appearance of humans in Australia, combined with the existing pressures of climate change and ecological shifts, would have been a devastating blow to these populations. This theory is also supported by the fact that many of the extinct species were found in areas where human activity was highest. The complexity of this event is highlighted by the fact that different species were affected in different ways. Some species, such as the giant marsupial, were more resilient to the changing climate and human activity, while others, such as the massive reptiles, were more vulnerable. This variability suggests that the extinction event was not a single, uniform process, but rather a complex series of events that unfolded over time. In conclusion, the extinction of the giants of prehistoric Australia is a complex and multifaceted event that was likely the result of a combination of factors, including climate change, human activity, and ecological shifts. The debate surrounding this event is ongoing, and it's likely that we will continue to uncover new evidence and insights as research continues. The mystery of what killed the giants of prehistoric Australia is a fascinating and complex one, and there's still much to be learned from this event. See if I can uncover the truth behind the legends. Aboriginal giants have been a part of Indigenous stories for centuries, and their significance in Australian folklore is undeniable. These towering figures have captured the imagination of people around the world, leaving many to wonder if there's any truth to their existence. The stories of Aboriginal giants are deeply embedded in the culture and traditions of Indigenous Australians, making it challenging to separate fact from fiction. Many of these tales have been passed down through generations, with some describing giants as gentle and benevolent, while others portray them as fierce and terrifying. As we delve deeper into the world of Aboriginal giants, it becomes clear that distinguishing between myth and reality is a complex task. The lines between legend and history are often blurred, and it's difficult to determine what's based on fact and what's been exaggerated over time. The absence of concrete evidence makes it even harder to verify the existence of these giants, leaving us with more questions than answers. The search for truth requires a careful examination of historical records, archaeological findings, and oral traditions, which can provide valuable insights into the lives and beliefs of Indigenous Australians. Historical texts and archaeological findings provide some clues about the existence of Aboriginal giants. While there's no conclusive evidence to prove their existence, there are accounts from early European settlers and explorers that describe encountering unusually tall Indigenous people. Oral traditions from Indigenous cultures also speak of giants, often describing them as powerful beings with supernatural strength. These stories have been passed down through generations, and they continue to play an important role in the cultural and spiritual practices of Indigenous Australians. The Yowie, a mythical creature from Australian folklore, is often described as a giant, hairy being that roams the outback. Some believe that the Yowie may be a representation of a real creature that once existed, while others see it as a symbol of the unknown. A significant piece of evidence that sheds new light on the existence of Aboriginal giants is the discovery of ancient rock art depicting giant human-like figures. These images, found in various parts of Australia, are believed to be thousands of years old and provide a fascinating glimpse into the lives and beliefs of Indigenous Australians. The stories of Aboriginal giants are not just simple myths, but complex narratives that convey important messages about the natural world, the spirit world, and the interconnectedness of all things. One of the most compelling stories is that of the Bunyip, a giant creature said to roam the swamps and billabongs of Australia. The Bunyip is often described as a fearsome being with supernatural powers, and its legend has been passed down through generations of Indigenous Australians. The search for the Bunyip has become a kind of holy grail for some researchers, who believe that uncovering the truth about this creature could reveal important secrets about Australia's past. The key points discussed in this video highlight the blend of cultural significance and mystery surrounding the topic of Aboriginal giants. The stories of these giants are an integral part of Australian folklore, and their significance extends beyond mere myth and legend. The truth behind this massive creature's extinction. The Diprotodon is widely regarded as the largest known marsupial to ever exist, and its significance in prehistoric Australia cannot be overstated. This massive creature roamed the Australian continent during the Pleistocene era, leaving behind a trail of fascinating fossil evidence that has captivated scientists and the general public alike. The Diprotodon's extinction is shrouded in mystery, with many unanswered questions surrounding its disappearance. What led to the demise of this incredible creature? Was it a gradual process or a sudden event? The fossil record suggests that the Diprotodon was well adapted to its environment, with a unique set of physical characteristics that allowed it to thrive in prehistoric Australia. Its extinction is all the more puzzling given its apparent success in the Australian ecosystem. As we delve deeper into the mystery of the Diprotodon's extinction, we're left with more questions than answers. How did such a massive and seemingly successful creature disappear from the face of the Earth? The search for clues has led scientists to explore various theories, from dramatic changes in the climate to the impact of human activity on the Australian environment. Each theory has its strengths and weaknesses, but none have been proven conclusively. The more we learn about the Diprotodon, the more intriguing its story becomes. With each new discovery, the mystery surrounding its extinction only deepens. It's clear that the Diprotodon played a vital role in the Australian ecosystem, and its loss would have had significant repercussions for the environment. Theories abound, but a clear explanation for its extinction remains elusive, leaving us to ponder the fate of this incredible creature. Theories surrounding the Diprotodon's extinction are numerous and varied, with climate change, human impact, and ecological factors all being considered as potential causes. Climate change, for example, could have altered the Diprotodon's food supply, making it harder for the creature to survive. Human impact, on the other hand, could have come in the form of hunting or habitat destruction, either of which could have contributed to the Diprotodon's demise. Ecological factors, such as the introduction of new species or the loss of key habitats, may also have played a role. Research suggests that climate change may have been a major factor in the Diprotodon's extinction. As the Australian climate shifted, the Diprotodon's food sources may have disappeared, making it difficult for the creature to adapt. This theory is supported by fossil evidence, which shows that the Diprotodon's population began to decline during a period of significant climate change. However, this is not the only theory, and other factors, such as human activity, may also have contributed to the Diprotodon's extinction. The introduction of new species, such as the dingo, may have also played a role in the Diprotodon's extinction. The dingo, which was introduced to Australia by humans, may have competed with the Diprotodon for food or even preyed upon it. This could have weakened the Diprotodon population, making it more vulnerable to other threats. Additionally, the loss of key habitats, such as forests or grasslands, may have reduced the diprotodon's living space, further contributing to its decline. Human impact, particularly hunting, may have been the final nail in the coffin for the diprotodon. As humans arrived in Australia, they may have seen the diprotodon as a source of food or a threat to their own survival. Overhunting could have quickly reduced the diprotodon population, leading to its extinction. This theory is supported by archaeological evidence, which shows that humans did interact with the diprotodon, although the nature of this interaction is still unclear. One theory stands out among the others as the most compelling explanation for the diprotodon's extinction. The combination of climate change and human impact may have created a perfect storm that led to the diprotodon's demise. As the climate changed, the diprotodon's food sources may have disappeared, weakening its population. At the same time, human activity, such as hunting or habitat destruction, may have further reduced the diprotodon's numbers, ultimately leading to its extinction. The evidence supporting this theory is compelling, with fossil records showing a decline in the diprotodon population during a period of significant climate change. Additionally, archaeological evidence suggests that humans did interact with the diprotodon, potentially contributing to its extinction. While other theories, such as the introduction of new species or ecological factors, may also have played a role, the combination of climate change and human impact appears to be the most likely explanation for the diprotodon's extinction. As we consider the various theories surrounding the diprotodon's extinction, it becomes clear that the truth is likely to be complex and multifaceted. The diprotodon's story is a reminder that extinction is often the result of a combination of factors, rather than a single cause. By studying the diprotodon's extinction, we can gain valuable insights into the delicate balance of ecosystems and the impact of human activity on the environment. The diprotodon's extinction is a cautionary tale that highlights the importance of preserving our natural world. As we learn more about this incredible creature and its fate, we're reminded of the need to protect our planet's precious biodiversity. The diprotodon may be gone, but its legacy lives on, inspiring us to take action to prevent similar extinctions in the future. In conclusion, the diprotodon's life and extinction are a fascinating and complex topic, highlighting the importance of understanding these ancient creatures. The diprotodon's story serves as a reminder of the delicate balance of ecosystems and the impact of human activity on the environment. Fascinating connection between climate change and the extinction of Australia's giant fauna, setting the stage for an intriguing exploration. Australia's climate has undergone significant shifts over the past few million years, with evidence suggesting that these changes had a profound impact on the environment. Fossil records and geological data indicate that the country experienced a dramatic shift from a more humid and temperate climate to one that was much drier and more arid. This change would have had a devastating effect on the giant species that once roamed the continent. The lack of vegetation and water sources would have made it difficult for these animals to survive, and it's likely that many of them struggled to adapt to the new environment. As the climate continued to shift, the delicate balance of the ecosystem was disrupted, leading to a cascade of extinctions. The evidence of these climate shifts is still visible today, with ancient lake beds and river systems standing as a testament to the dramatic changes that took place. The sedimentary records from these sites reveal a story of droughts and floods, of temperatures fluctuating wildly, and of a landscape that was constantly evolving. It's clear that these changes would have had a profound impact on the giant species that lived in Australia, and it's likely that many of them were unable to cope with the stresses imposed by the shifting climate. The climate shifts that occurred in Australia would have had a profound impact on the giant species that lived there, and it's likely that many of them were unable to adapt to the changing environment. The fossil record shows that many of these species went extinct at the same time, suggesting that there was a common cause for their demise. The fact that so many species went extinct at the same time suggests that the climate shifts were the primary driver of their extinction. Droughts and temperature changes would have had a devastating impact on the ecosystems where these giants lived. The lack of food and water would have made it difficult for them to survive, and it's likely that many of them died off as a result. The temperature changes would have also had an impact on the distribution of plants and animals, leading to a disruption of the delicate balance of the ecosystem. This would have had a ripple effect throughout the food chain, leading to the extinction of many species. The climate events that took place in Australia would have been particularly devastating for the giant species that lived there. The droughts would have lasted for years, maybe even decades, and the temperature changes would have been extreme. It's likely that many of these species were unable to cope with the stresses imposed by the climate, and it's clear that they were ultimately driven to extinction. The fact that so many species went extinct at the same time suggests that the climate events were the primary driver of their extinction. The specific climate events that took place in Australia would have had a profound impact on the giant species that lived there. The temperature changes would have altered the distribution of plants and animals, leading to a disruption of the delicate balance of the ecosystem. The droughts would have made it difficult for these species to find food and water, and it's likely that many of them died off as a result. The combination of these factors would have created a perfect storm that ultimately led to the extinction of these iconic creatures. The critical moment when these environmental changes reached a tipping point would have been when the climate shifts became too extreme for the giant species to adapt. The lack of food and water, combined with the temperature changes, would have made it impossible for them to survive. The extinction of the Diprotodon and Megalania, two of the most iconic giant species to have lived in Australia, would have been a tragic consequence of these climate shifts. The fact that these species were unable to adapt to the changing environment is a stark reminder of the devastating impact that climate change can have on ecosystems. The extinction of these iconic creatures would have had a profound impact on the ecosystem, leading to a cascade of extinctions that would have been felt for thousands of years. The loss of these species would have altered the delicate balance of the environment, leading to changes in the distribution of plants and animals. The fact that these species were unable to adapt to the changing climate is a stark reminder of the devastating impact that climate change can have on ecosystems. The critical moment when these environmental changes reached a tipping point would have been when the climate shifts became too extreme for the giant species to adapt. The extinction of the giant species in Australia is a sobering reminder of the impact that climate change can have on ecosystems. The climate shifts that occurred in Australia would have had a profound impact on the environment, leading to the extinction of many iconic species. The fact that these species were unable to adapt to the changing climate is a stark reminder of the devastating impact that climate change can have on ecosystems. In conclusion, the interplay between climate shifts and the extinction of Australia's giants is a complex and fascinating topic that highlights the importance of understanding the impact of climate change on ecosystems. The key points to take away from this video are that climate shifts can have a devastating impact on ecosystems, leading to the extinction of iconic species. The story of Australia's giants serves as a warning about the dangers of climate change and the importance of taking action to mitigate its effects. Australia's lost giants, a group of massive marsupials that once roamed the continent, played a crucial role in the ecosystem, setting the stage for their mysterious disappearance. The main challenge in understanding why these magnificent creatures went extinct is uncovering the complex interplay of factors that led to their demise. Climate change and human impact are often cited as key contributors to their extinction. Human arrival in Australia is believed to have had a significant impact on the local wildlife, with many species struggling to adapt to the new presence. The changing climate also brought about significant shifts in the environment, making it difficult for these giants to survive. As the climate continued to change, the lost giants found themselves facing numerous challenges, from altered food sources to shifting habitats. The combination of these factors ultimately led to their extinction, a tragic event that had far-reaching consequences for the Australian ecosystem. Theories surrounding their extinction include hunting by early humans, habitat loss, and the changing climate during the last ice age. Hunting by early humans is a widely accepted theory, with many believing that overhunting led to a significant decline in the lost giants' population. Habitat loss is another factor, as the changing climate and human activities led to the destruction of their natural habitats. The changing climate during the last ice age also played a role, with many species struggling to adapt to the new conditions. The loss of these magnificent creatures has had a lasting impact on the Australian ecosystem, with many species still feeling the effects today. The most compelling evidence for their extinction comes from fossil records and archaeological findings, which provide a glimpse into the lives of these incredible creatures. The discovery of megafauna fossils in Australia has shed light on the diversity of species that once inhabited the continent. These findings have also highlighted the importance of conservation efforts, as many species today face similar threats to those that led to the extinction of the lost giants. The study of these fossils has also revealed the intricate relationships between the lost giants and their environment, providing valuable insights into the complex ecosystems of the past. In conclusion, the story of Australia's lost giants serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding and protecting our planet's precious wildlife. Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments about which lost giant you find most fascinating, and don't forget to check out my other videos on prehistoric life for more exciting stories about the ancient world.